at this. We've become a good defensive team. Toronto is one of the toughest teams in the league to guard. They scored 144 2 nights ago in Sacramento, and we held them to 105 points. So I'm really proud of the group. They've, over the last 10 days or so, they've established that they're going to be an excellent defensive team, and we can still get better. And I liked tonight. I mean, the result couldn't have been any better in terms of winning, but learning a lot of valuable lessons. They really took it to us in the fourth. We didn't handle their pressure very well. We didn't execute very well. And those are all things that now we have on tape to see, where we can make some improvements. And yet we were still able to come away with the win. So it was a scary one, but we feel good about walking out of here with a win against a championship caliber team. I mean, we know these guys, and they've been there before. They're tough. Don't pay attention to their record. That's going to be a good team in the East.
How specifically is Andrew Wiggins contributing to you guys being a good defensive team?
Just using his length and his athleticism and his anticipation. And, as I've told you guys many times, we now have someone we can put on the opposing team's best player. Whether it's Pascal Siakam or LeBron or Kawhi or Paul George, the ability to put Andrew on those types of players, to use his size and athleticism, it's really the key to our current roster construction. We didn't have that ability last year. Now we've got the ability to guard on the perimeter and guard those wings, so we can be good defensively. We can be a good team.
Did you put
to get two 20?
Wes, go ahead.
Yeah, did you end up putting Wiggins on Kyle Lowry at one point in the fourth quarter, or did he just sort of end up on Kyle based on just rotation?
No, we put him on him a couple times during the game. We tried to move the matchups around a little bit, but he that's the beauty of Andrew, and also Kelly. Kelly spent most of the night on. On Lowry and Van Vliet guarding the smaller guys. But the addition of Wiggs and Kelly has changed everything for us defensively. It's allowed us to compete every night at that end. And if you can't do that, you can't win in this league.
Steve, obviously an abnormal shooting night for Steph tonight. But when you look at, how he looks, the scratches on his arms, the blood on his jersey, right? A lot of teams are applying a lot of physical force on him. How much has that had to do, or how much did that have to do with his, shooting woes tonight, you think?
Well, I thought Toronto did a fantastic job on Steph, and they played a great defensive game themselves. I thought we handled that pressure very well for three quarters. And even you look at the stat sheet, we ended up with 30 assists and 15 turnovers. That's a really good ratio. And for most of the game, we were able to take advantage of that pressure on Steph, that attention they were paying to him. But the fourth quarter, they really turned it up and took us out of rhythm, and we weren't able to get much. But I give a lot of credit to Kyle Lowry and Van Vliet and Siakam. I mean, this is a championship bunch. So what happened in the fourth didn't surprise me. Lowry changed the game with his ability to get to the line, which he's been doing for years. And their defense really kicked in. So they played a hell of a fourth, and they obviously were an in and out shot away from winning the game.
Hi, Steve. Carlos Ramirez, NBC Bay Area and Telemundo. What do you think was the biggest issue you guys faced against their full court press?
Well, mainly them, mainly Toronto. They've done this. I've seen them come back so many times with their pressure. They're extremely athletic and they're very strong. You know, Lowry and Van Vliet don't have a lot of height, but they have tremendous strength. And you know, when you throw Anunoby and Siakam out there as well, you know, Chris Boucher was fantastic tonight. I think he had 6 blocks. That's as athletic and tough and physical a team as you're going to see down the stretch of a game. So. It was more about them and their pressure. But with that said, you know, we've got to watch the tape and improve our execution next time we're in that spot.
Van Vliet, the $85 million man who wanted to cash out this past offseason. Decent game from him, 9 for 20, 3 for 10 from the three-point line, of course. He outplayed Steph offensively. Steph did what he had to do to get others involved here. But Fred Van Vliet, solid game. He's turned into a really solid pro, Darrell.
Yeah, he's a great player. He gets to the basket at will. He's very crafty, and he makes tough shots. And that's what we've seen today. He made a few tough shots. He got to the basket, and we like to call, you know, Kalo and Fred like bowling balls when they go in there. They falling all over the place, but he does a great job of getting to the basket, creating contact. But I think the Warriors tonight did a great job without fouling him.
Yeah, he's an old school type of player. He reminds me of Joe Dumars a little bit. Very physical, tough on the defensive end, and he's relentless.
Yeah. Right.
You know, he goes in the paint, takes punishment, gets to the free throw line, and he played through. He got off to a tough start, but he played through, had a good game. And with Steph, look, this is the typical game with all the attention that the defense that he garners. He just creates opportunities by being on the floor, and they did just enough to get the win.
Well, Steph struggles tonight. I mean, look, the Clippers did whatever they had to do that Wednesday night game to hold Steph to 13 points, 5 of 17 shooting. Tonight, 2 for 16, and only 1 3-pointer made. Look, he is human, right? He's not superhuman. Sometimes he looks like he's superhuman, but 11 points tonight, but he had the 9 rebounds and the 6 assists. What did Toronto do to really fluster Steph Curry tonight?
They did a good job with just making it hard on him. You know, he's seen 3 or 4 bodies every single time he went to the paint, coming off different screens. He's seen bodies. So I think Nick Nurse did a great job. You know, they executed what they wanted to do with Steph, take him out the game, and then see what, you know, the rest of the game can unfold and put themselves in good position to win. I think that they did that, and I'm pretty sure Steph, he understands it's going to be nights like this.
Yeah, and tonight, Steph got out of rhythm because of those scheme defenses, right? The triangle, 2 box and 1 type of looks. So even when he got open looks, he wasn't in rhythm. But the Warriors have seen this a lot now, and they're getting a little more comfortable playing against it. Yeah. And in turn, Toronto plays a lot of it. So it was one of those, what we said at halftime, what's going to give? And nothing really did give, except they came up with those free throws at the end of the game.
Curry did hit a big 3 there late in the 4th quarter to finally get one on the board here. Let's talk about the Raptors team total. Before the game, both of you guys said they would be around 100 to 105. Tonight, they score 105, and they lost. So you guys were right on the money for that. If you guys bet that 105 or less, Somebody out there put $100 on that. They won $600. If you gambled that there, you can see $10 win 60. But the Warriors, what did they do defensively, Mully, here to really fluster the Raptors? Because they really didn't have a great offensive game. They mucked the game up, got into the bonus in the fourth quarter, got to the free throw line. But overall, I thought the Warriors did a really good job against this Raptors offense.
Their effort on the defensive end has been consistent. And tonight, I think both teams struggled offensively.
Yeah.
But not only Damian Lee winning the game with the free throws, the Warriors shot 17 of 19 from the free throw line. The Toronto Raptors, 14 of 22. So they left 8 points at the free throw line. That ultimately is what the difference was.
Yeah, I think they did a great job with making it tough on those guys. Siakam, every time he did a spin move, they were coming to double. Kalo, he didn't get going into the second half. I think he was 0-4 in the first half. And then Fred, they didn't let him get to the free throw line like he likes to do. So making it hard on those guys, that's what they did. And they held their hat on the defensive end tonight.
And I thought Draymond had a really productive night.
Yes,
almost
he did.
I don't know if he got a triple-double near.
Double-double, one rebound short of a
Right, he had 10
triple-double.
points, made enough threes to keep them honest. Right, was generating offense, as the point forward. So he had a good night. Wiseman had a really good first half.
Yes,
right, didn't play as much in the second half. But everyone, again, about 11, 12 guys contributed to this win. It was ultimately a team win.
Also, the block shots are protecting the rim well. 10 block shots for the Golden State Warriors tonight. Let's hear from head coach Steve Kerr on tonight's ugly, but it's a win. A win's a win, right? Let's hear from Steve Kerr.